To the question of what is probably the most important, I have to agree with Donovan. If you go from a individual commissioner, a district commissioner representing a district, in District 4, roads are a huge thing, and it's probably one of the reasons that I've been on every type of committee that I can possibly be on to shift some of those dollars up to the northern part of the county. Again, 4 and 3, and so as we look at things, we have 3,000 miles of road in St. Louis County, and 1,700 of those miles are gravel roads. When you look at reconstruction at being over $1 million a mile, in fact, right now reconstruction is about $1.8 million a mile. Do the math. Times 1,700 miles of gravel road and roughly 1,300 miles of tar roads, and you'll see how far your dollars stretch. It is a challenge, and it's been a challenge. We've got a terrific public works department. We really do. I think Director Policy is one of the best in the state, and certainly probably one of the best in the nation in my mind. But anyway, but the 1.3% increase, when you look at it, and Donovan mentioned it last year for this year for the revenue for a levy increase, when you look at it, this was one of the lowest levy increases in the state of Minnesota of all the 87 counties. Many counties were up into the teens and above as far as their levy increase. This county stayed at 1.3%, and it was doing those things that Donovan just mentioned there. It was trying to find efficiencies, trying to eliminate waste, and I think, and trying to take and shift those dollars to where they could be most productive to the people of St. Louis County and to the people that elected us. So those two. The taxes, I guess Donovan said some of the same things that I said. I think that they are some of the most important things that we deal with in this district.
Christina, want to answer that one?
I agree. When I've been out talking to a lot of people, roads have been a real big issue. County programs, taxes. I think everybody thinks that just because you're whoever gets, whoever for the commissioner, they think that you can just go in there and go, okay, taxes, all right, we're not going to pay them anymore. But I guess that we got to try to keep the taxes from continually going up. Need to work on fixing the roads. Need to work on again trying to bring business in. And it's hard to say. I mean, being someone coming into the running for county commissioner, I mean, you have different issues that come up, and what you got to do is you got to deal with the issues when they come, and you got to be there and you got to communicate with your local communities. I mean, you guys are voting to have the commissioner represent you, and we need to do that the best way we can. And you need to look at each issue as it comes up. You can't just make all these promises. I mean, how do you know what issue is going to come up that's really going to be needed to be talked about?
Thanks, Christina. I'm gonna ask you a question if that's okay. No. This is a sticky issue. I know we're all in favor of jobs. We're all in favor of new industry. One of the big ones that's on the line is copper nickel mining or sulfide ore mining. A lot of us are concerned about it from an environmental standpoint. I know everybody supports new jobs, supports new industry. My question is, do any of you have any concerns relative to copper nickel mining? And I think maybe we should start with Christina this time, since she hasn't had a chance to be number one.
Boy, that's you can't help but want you can't help but want growth, and you can't help but want people to move into the community and everything like that. But oh my gosh, I mean, this is such a scary thing that's coming to town, and everyone is like, oh, they'll fix it, they'll do this, they'll do that. But I guess what I'm scared of is I want to make sure that if they are going to do this, I mean, if they happen to start the mining and if something happens and they have to pull out, who's going to clean it up? Is it going to be the taxpayers that are going to have to pull together to make sure that everything's cleaned up? I mean, I just hate for the burden to fall back on us. And then you see some of the mines that are out there everywhere else, and they say, oh, we're not going to be using the smelter, we're not going to be doing this, we're not going to be doing that. But I mean, it's very scary when you take a look to see what the effects could be if it's not done right, and where's the guarantee, and where's the, where's, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta, there's gotta be some kind of way that they're gonna guarantee that if something happens, they're gonna be backing it with the money and with this and that, so we aren't left trying to.
Like a damage deposit.
Yeah, I mean, something's gotta be done to say that, we're not gonna have to pay out of our taxes to fix the problem that happens.
Let's before we go on,
Yeah,
pass it down
that's
the line
if they
here.
can fix it.
Yeah, Donovan, you want to answer that, please?
Can you restate your question
The
again?
question is, I know you all support new industry. Copper nickel mining is the potential for lots of new industry, lots of new jobs. Do you have any concerns relative to sulfide ore mining coming to this area?
The first concern is about the environment. Naturally, being a Native American, born and raised here, I do have a concern about the environment. I've been informed on this issue as I serve on the American Indian Commission for the City of Duluth. And my good friend Kristen Larson and Warner Werthoff definitely been in my ear a lot about the issues. One of the issues that I'm really concerned about is what if we have contamination? You think about it, you take a look at BP down on the Gulf Coast, they made a mistake. It's going to affect many generations. One of the things that we need to do is we need to make sure that if this does come through, that there needs to be a guarantee of cleanup, but also fast reaction of the government. At the same time, we also need to ensure that the EPA should come back and do another environmental assessment study. I don't like it that the EPA gave them the lowest passing grade possible. And we need to look at ways that we can make sure, at least get a very good, solid word that if something should happen, that they can respond quickly, because we don't want to contaminate our watershed, our water basin in the area. It affects a lot of people, and currently, speaking with my Aunt Phyllis this morning, they're going to be meeting, our elders are going to be taking a tour of the new upcoming mining site, and that's a lot of the issues are going to be hammered out and questions are going to be brought forward. So yes, we need to take care of our environment up here.
Okay, thanks, gentlemen. Mike?
I think everybody that is looking at this, first of all, to let it be said that I'm very supportive of the job, but I also am, as I think everybody in this planet is, worried about the environment of the whole planet. I think in Minnesota, I think that we have probably some of the strongest environmental safeguards that there are. All of that said is that I agree with the statements that this has to be done in an environmentally sensitive way. And I think that if it takes more time in order to get to the point where it is done safely, I mean, with liners underneath the waste rock piles, that is one of the concerns of the leachate that might go through it, monitors and all those things that are necessary, and those things are being looked at. I think that the stepping slowly on this project and not reacting extremely fast and trying to make sure that the safeguards are in place. I think once the safeguards are replaced, and I'll just use this example. If you went back more than 30 years ago when Sudbury, Ontario was doing smelting and did all of the environmental degradation to that area, that in those years since then, how much has changed? The technology has changed, all of those things are changed. The one thing that won't change is that we're still going to have one of the richest ore and platinum and gold deposits in the world. And someday it's going to be mined. Is this the right time? I think that we truly need to have our environmental experts out there making sure that that this is done in a safe way. And it may be, I don't know, but is a jury out? We'll have to see.
Mike, thanks, guys. We probably